I can be blue, yellow, brown, red, green sometimes, orange when I'm feeling stuffed, pink when I'm feeling small, and now I can be purple too. I can be crispy, creamy, crunchy, or plain, and a shiny white tattoo shows me off to the competition. What am I, you ask? Well, I'm none other than an M&M, of course. According to M&M Mars Incorporated, M&Ms have been around since 1940 when Forrest E. Mars first observed Spanish Civil War soldiers eating chocolate in a sugary coating that did not melt. He developed the idea for the small, convenient chocolate candy soon after, and now we have M&Ms. His M&Ms were first used in World War II to serve as personal rations for the soldiers. How many of you have eaten an M&M before? Quite a few of you have, I'm sure. I have too, but although I'm not a huge fan of chocolate, there's something about M&Ms that I just love. It's usually the first thing that I grab in the checkout line. Have you ever wondered why you and I are so familiar with the name brand M&M? Well, today you guys are going to find out. M&M's chocolate candies use 3 distinct features when advertising its product. I'm going to first discuss with you the slogans, then move to the characters, and finish with the significance of the color blends. When I'm finished today, you will know why you and many others crave these irresistible chocolate candies. So what is the first thing that comes to your mind when I say advertising? Slogans, right? Well, effective slogans are advertisements. This is one reason why consumers buy M&Ms. Think back with me to the whole Y2K controversy. Now go back a little further to about 1998 or so. Do you ever remember hearing this? M&Ms, the official candy of the new millennium. Chances are you probably have. And according to Paul Lucas of Fortune magazine in his article, Milking the Millennium, this slogan has a clever theme since M is the Roman numeral for 1,000. He also notes that the slogan is clear, but its meaning has been distorted a little. The slogan wants to tell consumers that not only is M&M's the official candy of the new world, but it secures and assures the continuity of the candy into the new millennium. Another slogan has been around since 1954, and although it is the oldest, I can definitely assure you it is the most famous. When was the first time you remember hearing this? The milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand. David Christensen from the Old Times newspaper explains the origin of the slogan in his article, This Collection is All Smiles. He says that M&Ms were too expensive for children to buy on their own, so M&M Mars moved its focus to mothers as prospective buyers. Basically, the product became aimed at mothers to buy for their children. The message implied kids could eat the chocolate candy without getting it onto their clothing. The slogan worked, and according to Christensen, business went booming. Now that we know the story behind the slogans, what about those characters that we hear and see everywhere? Christensen says the characters were introduced in 1954, which is the same year the melts in your mouth, not in your hand slogan was used. The cartoon characters have become so popular that now a club has been formed for collectors. I interviewed Stan Friedman, who is the vice president of the M&M Collectors Club, about the information that he knew concerning the characters, and he had quite a lot to say. First, he started with how the characters were created. Will Vinton Studios in Portland, Oregon was where the characters first took form. They were created for the sole purpose of recognition only. M&M Mars wanted consumers to know who the characters are and associate them with M&Ms and the consumer's love of chocolate. BBDO, Friedman says, is an advertising firm that created the characters for M&Ms. They had a plan to make consumers instantly care about the characters. The characters had to create conflict and drama so that consumers could relate to them. That's where the red and yellow character duo come into play. The red character is a little bit small-minded, ambitious, and full of himself, while the yellow character is good-hearted, but a little slow at catching on what is happening to him sometimes. The blue character is easygoing, while the newly created green character, who was developed in 1997 and is the only female, says Phoenix Brain Strategies, goes way beyond the limits. Drama is created by the simple fact that the characters are still chocolate candy and, in the world of humans, always run the risk of being eaten. Because of their development, the characters not only sell M&Ms, but have created a market of their own in collectibles. Ask any member of Friedman's M&M Collectors Club to show you their collections, and they will enthusiastically. Finally, What significance do the colors of the candy actually have? Well, the most important factor is indeed the color blends. According to M&M Mars Company itself, they put different ratios of colors in different bags. In a bag of milk chocolate M&Ms, the ratios are 30% brown, 20% red and yellow, and 10% green, blue, and orange. The ratios vary depending on whether the M&Ms are peanut, peanut butter, crispy, or almond. The color ratios are determined by conducting consumer preference tests. These tests tell two things. Number one, the mix of colors that pleases the largest number of people, and number two, the best looking color blend overall. The point to make, though, is that no matter what kind of M&M, brown is always going to be at the highest percent. Now, this is because, according to M&M Mars, that it was found to be the most pleasing and suitable color for a chocolate product. Have any of you guys ever seen The Wedding Planner? Well, in it, Matthew McConaughey picks out only the brown M&Ms, and this just happens to be an example of consumers preferring brown. Since brown seems to be the most favorite color of consumers, why is it then that M&Ms has all these contests involving picking and finding the colors? To answer that, I turn to Friedman again, who quotes that the contests foster name recognition and awareness by encouraging the customer to become involved in an interactive, participatory relationship with the product. The blue color contest started to replace the tan M&M in January of 1995. Next came the purple color that started in March of 2002. But people did not actually start seeing purple in the bags until August of 2002. Bob Gambert, who is the vice president and general manager of Master Foods USA, states that color is one of the things that makes M&M obviously what it is. People just love playing with the different combinations. Last, the Find the Gold M&Ms is a new contest that gives away prize money. On holidays, M&Ms create special blends of colors. The Christmas blend has 50% red and green. The Valentine's Day blend has 40% red and pink and 20% white. The Easter blend has 25% pastel yellow, pastel blue, pastel green, and pastel pink. And the Halloween blend has 50% orange and black. The Colorworks studio at M&M World in Las Vegas allows you to create your own blend out of 15 other colors than the original. They are white, gold, dark blue, dark green, light purple, maroon, black, light blue, teal green, purple, dark pink, gray, pink, aqua green, and lastly cream. You can even grab a bag of M&Ms here on campus. You should be able to find a special blend of M&Ms created with purple and gold, especially for us Olivetians here in our bookstore. The colors seem to take on a life of their own as rumors have developed around them. Phoenix Brand Strategies discloses in the article, M&M's Chocolate Candies, the story behind an American icon brand that the red M&M was taken out of the bags in 1976 due to concern over the public controversies surrounding the red food coloring. Now, even though the color of the red that caused for the concern was not used in M&Ms, the reds were still taken out of the blend to avoid customer confusion. They were then reintroduced to the blend in 1987 because of overwhelming requests from consumers. Nancy Woytnek claims that the red dye used in M&Ms is tartazine. Now, she says that tartazine is a carcinogen that causes damage to the nervous system and that her son was damaged by eating the red M&Ms. M&M Mars denies this allegation, however, and replied to her claim saying that their food coloring is tested by the FDA and safe. Another rumor, according to Eric Shackle, was started in the 1970s, claiming that the green M&M, has aphrodisiac powers. This myth boosted sales for 20 years afterward and is still quite popular today. M&M Mars says that the green M&Ms are made just like all the other colors and that all the colors taste the same. They say they cannot explain anything concerned with the green M&Ms scientifically or medically. Even though they did not come up with the myth, it seems to me as though they have used it to their advantage. Is it true what they say about the green ones? Does this slogan sound familiar? It seems clever to me that they turned this myth to their benefit and made the green M&M a female character. I wonder what they're going to do next. As you can see, M&Ms have definitely conquered the advertising world and have now risen to be a popular candy that most of you are familiar with. Biting into an M&M is like sipping on hot chocolate on a cold day. It is just pure satisfaction. In short, M&Ms appeal to consumers because of the slogans, the characters, and the color blends used to effectively advertise the candy. As you can see, M&Ms are at the top of the market and still growing today. Keep these clever advertising techniques in mind next time you grab a bag of M&Ms. They not only are the official candy of the new millennium and always melt in your mouth, not in your hand, but are now impossible to resist in 2003.